So my name's Aaron. I'm from Lumen Ad Mortem. We're a black metal band based in South Australia. The band's been around. The idea started in about 2018, where myself and the singer Greg decided to write some music that was a lot more basic than what we'd written before, and just sort of go back to the roots of all the music that we love from the 90s, really. So all the Norwegian black metal, and then some American stuff, and all the stuff that really influenced us. Yeah, so we just started. I wrote all the demos myself, and continue to write the music myself. All the guitars, keyboards, and bass and everything. And then we recorded our debut album at the end of the COVID lockdowns, I guess. So 2020. We got Matt Skitz involved because he lives in Adelaide now. And yeah, we've sort of been playing that album live whenever we can with our full lineup, which includes a lot of guys. Well, sorry, not a lot of guys. It includes four other guys because I'm writing like the guitars and bass and keys, and then the drummer. So yeah, so we've got a full live lineup. We've done a few shows like Heavy SA and New Dead Fest here, and we've played over in Melbourne. But yeah, we're going to do Necrosonic up in Brisbane in August. We're playing at the Crown and Anchor in Adelaide before that with Bulletbelt, who are also playing Necrosonic. Yeah, so Lumen Ad Mortem's, it started off as a studio project, but basically it's become a live project as well. I'm still working on the music primarily by myself. So writing everything for the second album currently. And we hope to go into the studio and record that at the end of this year. So
fantastic, yeah. Aaron, thanks for joining us today, brother.
Cheers, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So Lumen Ad Mortem will be just one of 30 metal bands playing at the inaugural Necrosonic Festival to be held at the Mansfield Tavern in Brisbane on August the 31st. Like, must be a bit of an honour, bro, to be part of something special like that. Like, it's a good lineup.
Yeah. And there's a few bands that I hadn't actually heard before, and when I checked them out, they blew me away. So like one of them is Spire. Really looking forward to seeing them. And of course, Crypt, Psycroptic, Misery. There's an awesome lineup. So Kent's done a really good job.
Yes, yeah. I don't think his focus a little bit this year too he was trying to get quite a few bands that hadn't played for a while or that had disbanded, and he's got quite a few of that. Like I know Crypt are going to be playing a one-off last ever career spanning show. There's another band there too. I think was a Mortality that hasn't played for a while.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
so he's got quite a few there that have sort of come back from the dead, so to speak, to help him party. It's good.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Definitely give our necks a workout watching all the other bands, and might feel it the week after. I reckon it'll be a full week
for a couple of weeks after.
Yeah.
I think it's just great though to see a new metal festival start up in Australia. Like, we haven't really had anything fully dedicated to heavy music since the days of Overcranked and Metal for the Brain.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got down in SA, we've got Heavy SA and New Dead and Froth and Fury that are pretty awesome down here, and we've played New Dead. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I think it's starting to really come back, and maybe it's, the whole COVID thing kicked everyone in the guts, and then, the amount of shows is phenomenal. I'm seeing bands I haven't seen in ages coming to Australia, and there's almost too many gigs. So it's good for bands like us. You either play to a handful of people at a really small bar, or you jump on one of these festivals, and it's just such an awesome opportunity for us to be able to come up there and not play like the smallest dive bar, and actually play an awesome stage and an awesome festival. So
yeah, have you played at the Mansfield Tavern before?
No, I haven't. No.
Great venue, bro. Like, the massive, probably one of the biggest stages I've seen for a pub. It's like
awesome,
huge, and it's just like, it's probably, I think you can get about 800 people in there in the room. It's like, but it's just a really good venue, great sound, great production.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it. Cool. And then, so for the benefit of people who might not have heard or seen of Lumen Ad Mortem before, man, like, what can we expect from your set?
Well, I mean, we're playing, I guess, a bit sort of mid-paced black metal, but with a lot of blast beats and a lot of we our music has like orchestral sections, and then we've got a bit of a. I'm not sure if we'll have it at Necrosonic, but we've got like a projection show we put behind us.
Okay.
But if we don't have the projections, then we'll probably just end up, you know, having something really dark and lots of fog and lots of atmosphere. But yeah, our singer Greg's a tall, people call him the praying mantis, and he likes to scream in people's faces. He's got a lot of character. Yeah, so I don't know. We just get up there and play the tunes as best we can, and and try and create an atmosphere of dark, grim, evil shit.
That sounds perfect to me.
Yeah.
And you sort of touched on this a little bit in the intro, bro, but Lumen Ad Mortem is essentially yourself and vocalist Greg. And you started the band back around 2019 after previously playing together in Deluge and Astrodeath. So what
Yeah.
was your early vision for this band, and how's it changed since?
Well, I guess like a lot of musos, when we were younger, we overcomplicated things. So we made a bit of, in Deluge and my other death metal band, Sarsekam, sort of became a bit of a riff salad.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to take things back to basics and try and get back to, it sounds really cheesy, but just the emotion behind the music. So it's a lot of it's inspired by like movie soundtracks and a bit of classical music, I guess, um, without being what's the term they use for black metal with heaps of keyboards?
Uh, not,
Symphonic.
yeah.
Yeah, without being that pompous, orchestral stuff. Really wanted to get, I'm really influenced by like Hans Zimmer, Howard Shore, and the really dark soundtracks, really dark orchestral classical music. So wanted to have that as sort of the basis and not make it like all about guitar solos and all about yeah, we really had a really similar, we've always had a pretty similar musical taste. So when I said to him, do you want to do something that's more this sort of style, he was like right on board. And we've been, constantly talking about what we're going to do, and trying to keep egos out of it, and keep, try and create something that we both really like, and discuss it and make sure it's heading in the right direction. Yeah.
Right. You released your debut EP Upon the Edge of Darkness in early 2023 and put out the single and music video for Within the Smoke from that EP. So just so someone's never heard of you guys before, is that a good song for them to check out as an introduction?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I mean, it's probably one of the most straight up metal 4/4 time signature metal tracks on the album. It's probably one of the mid-length songs. But yeah, it's got all the hallmarks of a Lumen Ad Mortem song. Yeah, the whole album, it sort of has the same vibe, but it's got different elements coming in and out, like orchestral sections, and other songs that might be a bit longer with more lead guitar sections. But yeah, we thought Within the Smoke really hits hard from get-go, blast beats, evil riffs. Yeah, so that's why we chose it as the film clip track, because yeah, it's probably one of the most straight metal tracks we've done.
Yeah. You mentioned before that you've started writing the follow-up with a view to hitting the studio towards the end of this year. So what sort of direction musically is that going to take? Is it going to be similar to the debut EP, or are you sort of branching out a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some things on there, like a little bit of acoustic guitar, not heaps. We didn't have any of that on the first album. I've sort of tried to create even bigger orchestral intros for a couple of songs. Yeah, so I'm not deviating too far from it, but just trying to, I guess, take it to the next level. You're always trying to write better music.
Yep.
And also like editing a bit more. So I guess a couple of songs off the first album I thought were maybe a little bit too long, or this bit went a little bit too long, and just trying to trying to figure out what's the perfect length for a song or what's the perfect length for a section to go on for before it gets too much and you get bored of it yourself. So yeah, a little bit more editing rather than just sitting down writing songs and going, that's good, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more editing. I know he's working on vocal demos currently. He's sent me through a couple. He's branching off in different vocal directions and with more of a lyrical theme that ties the whole album together. But yeah, it's of the same vein. We're not completely, changing the sound of the band at all. Yeah.
Right. All right, Aaron. Well, thanks for your time today, mate. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Lumen Ad Mortem is at Necrosonic at the Mansfield Tavern in Brisbane on August the 31st. Where's the best place for people to keep up to date with the band? Which socials?
So we got lumenadmortem.com is our website. Instagram and Facebook's just at Lumen Ad Mortem. People in Brisbane can go check us out at Blackened Records. He's got some of our records and merch.
Yep.
And in record stores all over Australia, to any of your listeners, like Sydney, Melbourne, everywhere. So go pick up a record if you're that sort of person, and support your local record shop. That really helps us being able to do things like this tour is, if people get a physical copy. But yeah, head to lumenadmortem.com or our Facebook, Instagram, and our clips on YouTube. So yeah, it's all out there.
Beautiful. All right, brother. Well, I'll definitely be at Necrosonic, mate. So we'll catch up there and we'll have ourselves a beer.
Awesome, mate. Look forward to it.